In this video, I'm going to update my request struct, okay? And I'm going to add on a mapping called approvals. So this mapping is going to be similar to the approvers mapping that I added as a state variable to my contract. Approvals is going to track whoever voted on a given request. So every instance of a request struct inside a campaign will have its own separate approvals mapping. It's going to have the same exact internal type where the key are addresses and the values are booleans. So here we go. So I'm going to head over to Remix, and right underneath the complete flag, I'm going to add on two new fields. The first one will be a uint, or unsigned integer, that keeps track of the number of yes votes that this request has received, like so. Uint. It's going to be called approval count. And I'm not keeping track of the no votes because they don't matter. The only thing that matters is the number of approvals. So I'm going to eventually implement a check to see if the number of approvals are greater than 50% of the number of approvers in the contract. So a count of over 50% will result in a request that is valid and immediately approved. Then after that, I'm going to create the mapping that will keep track of whether or not someone has voted on a given request. So I'm going to say mapping address, fat arrow, pointing towards the Boolean, and then approvals. And that's going to look like so. So mapping, and I set address, fat arrow, that's a Boolean, and approvals. Okay. Now I may change the name approvals because it could be confused with approvers. So now that I have this mapping, I can start to work on my approve request function, and I'm going to do that in a subsequent video. See you then.